Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Saturday night football showdown slate between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. We have a COVID hit team in the Browns going up against a very red hot Green Bay Packers team at home. So that's another trouble spot for the Cleveland Browns. Guys, before I deep dive into this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageJetsD. And also, guys, sign up for the Patreon. The Patreon here, you're getting daily DFS, NBA slate breakdowns, NFL slate breakdowns, and betting advice all in one. All right. This is a very great subscription to get. You're getting more value than when you're signing up with RotoGrinders or any of those websites. There's no one there to help you. If you have any questions, please DM me on Instagram, okay? And I will definitely get back to you. Also, guys, if you're tuning in and you're not subscribed, all right, I'm trying to finish strong for this 2021 and get things rolling in 2022. The goal is to get to 1K. If you're in here watching, just click that subscribe button. That's all you got to do. I'm not asking for anything else. Subscribe, like. You don't even have to comment. You don't have to comment. Just subscribe and like, and you can move on. That's all I'm asking for. I'm giving you great advice, breaking down everything piece by piece, looking at the pros and cons of each side, and you're getting all that for free. All I ask is for you to subscribe to the channel. All right, now we're going to get into this slate here. We have the Browns and the Green Bay Packers. This is the injury report. Harrison Bryant, who's the third tight end. Everyone should be back in that tight end spot. Austin Hooper and David Njoku, those guys should be fine. Myles Garrett is trending towards being out with 2 DNPs. We're going to see what happens Thursday. Malik Jackson, another defender, that's not looking good, 2 DNPs. John Johnson, that's not looking good, 2 DNPs. Everyone else should be fine. Denzel Ward, David Njoku as well. Green Bay Packers side, okay, we got David Bakhtiari trending towards being out. Anyone else notable? Aaron Rodgers, we're going to wait and see on him. He should be fine. If we get any other news, obviously we will change. Okay, we will change our quarterback position and alter some of the way we're going to break down the slate. All right, but that's going to be last minute stuff. That's going to be day of, okay? So Aaron Rodgers should be fine. He's just monitoring the toe. And then the other guys, we're going to pretty much, that doesn't matter. Malik Taylor is a wide receiver 4. And Billy Turner is someone we might have to look at as well on that offensive line. But no big outs on the Green Bay Packers side. Maybe some outs on the Brown side. So let's get into this slate, all right? The first captain we're going to start off with will be DAVANTE Adams. Do I need to say more? It's DAVANTE Adams. It's the Cleveland Browns. It's Aaron Rodgers. As long as he's healthy, he's going to be thrown to his number 1 target right here. There's no corner. There's no defense that can stop them unless they're just wanting to run the ball or he wants to get someone else involved. But DAVANTE Adams is an all-star at the captain position. One of our favorite choices for this Saturday night slate that we got going on here. We're going to just move on from him. It's point blank period. Adams is going to be one of our top tier guys at captain. Let's see if we can find someone else that has some more upside there. Another one we're going to look at will be Aaron Rodgers at home. All right. Every time I get Aaron Rodgers at home, I'm taking full advantage of it. Seeing some games against Chicago, 32 fantasy points. Against the Rams, and their good defense, he had 29. Against Minnesota, 36. So the upside is insane. Despite the fact of his toe injury, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. As long as he's putting up well over 300 yards passing, 3 to 4 touchdowns, this man is a future Hall of Famer, and we're definitely not going to fade him. I love Aaron Rodgers going against this mediocre. It's a mediocre defense, especially if Myles Garrett is out. We're going to go all in on the Green Bay side, okay? All in. Let's see if we can find you some gems on the Cleveland side. Just because of volume, Nick Chubb is going to be put in at that captain spot if we're choosing one of the options on the Cleveland Brown side. 10,400. And we really need him for Nick Chubb to go off. We need 2 TDs and 100 yards. So when he does 2 TDs and 100 yards, that's when you get the 30 fantasy points. All right, that's when you get those games like against Cincinnati. He did it. He only did it once, but other than that, you got the Chargers where it's 21, 161 in the TD. That's solid. KC, he had 2 TDs. That's good. You really need him to get in the end zone one or twice, or at least go well over 100 yards. We're definitely going to put him in there. The run defense that the Packers allow is 4th in the league, but this is going to be one of their mainstays. I'm going to keep him in the mix just in case things go the other way and somehow Cleveland is just running the ball down the throat of Green Bay. That can be a factor, okay? We just can't be 100% on one side. You got to kind of cover all bases just in case. Have one clip in there that's just, you know what? Maybe Cleveland does come out, all right? Maybe they got embarrassed against the Raiders and they do come out and they run the ball down the throats of Green Bay Packers, all right? You got to be aware of that. So Nick Chubb is definitely going to be in the mix. Aaron Jones is another guy we can play at the captain position, getting a ton of rushing work and receiving, splitting carries with A.J. Dillon as well, but he's still been putting up some very solid performances last week. Was able to get you 15 fantasy points, 13 carries, 58 yards, 2 receptions with 12 yards receiving and a TD. All right. And then the week before, Chicago had a rushing TD and a receiving TD. That's what you want to see out of Aaron Jones, who's doing this the last past couple years. But now he has a little more extra company back there with A.J. Dillon. But Aaron Jones is still someone we could definitely key in on at that captain spot position. Browns are currently 18th against running backs and 15th in the red zone. So you got 2 guys to worry about. Aaron Jones is a touchdown machine, and then A.J. Dillon, when they get in that goal to goal spot situation, he can be the one that can take over as well. Do I have any other captain spots? No, I don't. We're going to move over to the flex. So these are going to be captains we're going to focus on. There's going to be Adams, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, and then we'll move over to the flex, okay? One of these flex, you can put him up in at captain just because of volume, and the first guy will be Jarvis Landry. I'll put him more in the flex, but like I said, the upside, the targets, he can be worthy of the captain spot. Jarvis Landry at 7,400. Obviously, he's going to be a little more expensive at captain, but back-to-back games with over 10 targets, right there on the number. Back-to-back games against Baltimore as well. So 6 of 111, and then the game before that, well, first was 5 for 41 and a touchdown. So as long as he's the number 1 wide receiver, he's getting the looks. Baker Mayfield's coming back. He feels very comfortable throwing to Jarvis Landry. I like him at that price right there. Let's continue down. Let's find some other flex guys. Just so you know, Baker Mayfield is trending to playing. I don't love him in this spot. Green Bay's defense has been has been decent. Technically, if we go to fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks, let's go to this real fast because we might have a little play here. So Cleveland Browns Cleveland Browns defense against quarterbacks is 6th. So technically you might be down on Aaron Rodgers, but this is Aaron Rodgers here. Someone we can go to coming off of COVID, but he should try to have this bounce back game here, is technically Baker Mayfield. Green Bay Packers against quarterbacks, 32nd and 29th in the red zone. So we can bump up Baker Mayfield here. We could definitely bump up Baker Mayfield. If you want to throw him at the captain spot, you can, but this could be a very high scoring affair here. So if we're looking at the defenses, they've been allowing a lot of 30-point games. This Green Bay Packers defense, they've just been outscoring teams easily. That's why you look at the stats and it's 32nd and 29th. They've been getting up big and they just been allowing teams to not essentially come back, but just stay competitive. But Baker Mayfield is going to be a guy we're going to look at. Just looking at the stats there, do not shy away from this. We're hoping for a 20-point fantasy game. He hasn't done it since week 5. But this is definitely an environment where he can go back and forth going up against a very stout offense in Green Bay. Let's continue down. Let's see if we have any other gems MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, it can be an option at flex. He has to be cleared from the COVID protocol. So we're going to wait on news probably Saturday morning on that one. The number 2 wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns is going to be Donovan Peoples-Jones. I like him. He's a deep threat. He's a big body type of wide receiver. Some big blow up games against Baltimore, 14 fantasy points. Cincinnati, he had a nice TD in that game, a Hail Mary. And then Arizona the week prior, he had 4 for 101 and 2 TDs. So he has some big upside. A lot of the eyes are going to be on Jarvis Landry. So Donovan Peoples-Jones can be someone that's going to be behind the radar, right, under the gun, and someone that can go off. Alan Lazard is another wide receiver that I do like. Getting a little more of the eyes of Aaron Rodgers. Week 14, he had 7 targets and a touchdown. That was positive to see. Other than that, if it's not Adams or the running game, then Aaron Rodgers is sprinkling the ball to Alan Lazard and MVS. All right, you got to kind of like flip a coin between one of those two guys because you're not 100% sure which one is it going to be. Okay. Let's continue on. That's going to be the tier 2, tier 3 guys. Let's go to the lower tiers, the flyers that are going to be a little bit cheaper that you can fit in, throw in there. Austin Hooper, they like to run the 2 tight end set. So Austin Hooper and David Njoku are going to be options we can look at. As secondary Cleveland options. Austin Hooper has been a little more consistent than David Njoku if we're choosing one out of the other. Look at some of these fantasy games, 14 fantasy points against Baltimore, 12 against New England. Um, as of late, he's been done. He has done better. Got a touchdown in 2 out of the last 4 weeks, so that's something we can look at. They're gonna have to move this ball and throw it to keep up pace with the Green Bay Packers because if Garrett is out and their other defensive guys are out, they're gonna be in some big trouble. Okay, so this is probably gonna be a high scoring affair. AJ Dillon, I like on the Green Bay side. He splits carries with the other running back, obviously. And as you can see, 7 carries, 15, 20 the last 3 weeks. Got a touchdown against Baltimore. That was a positive sign. And he's also being used as a receiving back as well. So it's a total split right here. The question is game script. Who's running a little bit better? That's where things can vary if you want to go away from Aaron Jones and go to A.J. Dillon. But definitely like him. He's going to be bumped up on the list as well. Not really going to defenses at all between the Packers and the Browns. I'm going to avoid those. We'll get a up on ownership on those because pretty much 20% of teams use defenses, but we're going to stay away from that unless it would have to be extreme interception return for a touchdown, multiple turnovers, things like that. But we're definitely going to focus in on some kickers because this is going to be a high scoring affair. A lot of opportunities in the red zone, and if they can't score, these kickers are going to be coming through. All right, let's see if we're going to find some cheaper guys for you. The backup with Kareem Hunt probably out, Dearness Johnson is the receiving back. So he got 4 receptions, 4 targets, 17 yards. That's what you want to see out of him. He's not going to get much carries, but definitely in the receiving department, he is someone to look at and that bottom flex flyer, okay? Dearness Johnson, I like him at his price. Let's see if we have anyone else. Josiah DeGuara. And then I have one more for you. All right. So the tight end for the Green Bay Packers, he's been filling in for Robert Tonyan. Done a decent job. Not anything special. Got a touchdown against Minnesota. But just getting a decent amount of targets. You're hoping for him to fall in the end zone. That's where you can find some upside going up against the Cleveland Browns. DeGuara is definitely someone as a late round flyer. And then last but not least will be RASHARD Higgins. He's been one of the red zone favorites. Not really. Let me think. He only has 1 touchdown this year, but there's past seasons. RASHARD Higgins has come up with some decent games. Okay, 5 targets against Las Vegas, 5 targets against Detroit. This is a total flyer right here. Okay, at the beginning of the season, he was doing a little bit better. 5 targets, 7 targets. This is when you have no other option, and you want to lean towards someone. Higgins can be that guy for you. So let's key in on the main plays for the Browns and the Packers. Let's clear this out. I'm going to give you my favorite plays for Saturday. All right. We're going to start off with Davante Adams. Okay, we're definitely going to start off with Davante Adams. Then we're going to go Baker Mayfield. I think they're going to have to score. They're going to have to put up points, seeing that this defense is willing to give up points and keep the game, interesting. Then that definitely leans to me having Baker Mayfield showing up, especially having a week off. I think he bounces back. Give me Adams, give me Mayfield, and we're going to go Aaron Rodgers. Okay, doesn't matter the matchup. This man has stepped up each and every week, putting up big fantasy performances to 20 points to 30 fantasy points. He's the guy for you. So we got a nice little pair here between Rodgers and Adams. Bring it back with Mayfield. A nice back and forth, high scoring affair in Lambeau. All right. Let me know in that comment section down below if you have any other suggestions at the captain spot or the flex. We could definitely speak about that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessengerSD. I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out, guys.